Apple to the upside.
Yeah, Apple broke through that double top. 2-minute EWO is an effect to the upside. Isn't that funny? You guys look at the entire market is tanking out and look at Apple doing its own thing, right?
Yeah, it was beautiful, Coach.
Yeah, that's
Done.
Apple is like all my beer.
Yeah, it's like I'll just do what I want. You guys knock yourselves out.
Dude, they were investing what 500 billion into their all their U.S. facilities. So
Yeah, I saw that. What do you know, right? You create tariffs so people don't go overseas, and guess what happens? They stay here.
Apple fell asleep just going sideways.
Yeah, let me look. So Apple, I can see sitting on that shelf at 247.30. 30, which is consolidation area. It's still to the upside. It's still staying up nice and tall. It's still extremely bullish. Everything still looks good on Apple. Yep, you got your 21 EMA sitting around 247.30. It's just consolidating sideways, looking for the next move, gang. If you guys are in 2-minute EWO, you're still set up for success. You hear me?
Yes, sir. We're still sitting in the upper half of the regression channel and trading view, so not heavy.
Yeah.
Right as you said, it wakes up.
Well, that's good. Literally, it's because it's still staying up tall. I don't see it heavy on the vine where you can start to see it right coming to the downside. It's just a consolidation area. That's where it's just taking a breather to the next move. You guys can see it on my screen here. Let me draw this out. So if you guys look at this, right, this is just its consolidation area. So as long as we're staying up here, man, this thing is beautiful. Nothing to panic about. This is why I want you guys to be in the mindset, especially my 2-minute EWO riders, right? You guys are golden. If you guys got in, obviously way lower than this, just take it easy, shed when you're supposed to, take some of the weight off. Now, if you look at the trade, so check this out. It went up, sideways, up, pulled back, shed, up, pulled back, shed, sideways. You see the difference? As long as it doesn't pull here, and then I would shed, I'm still in this trade, right? We're looking for sheds on pullbacks, not shed on consolidation. Hope that makes sense. Right here, Apple. Do you see how that broke through exactly what we were talking about at 247.30? Shed. Do you see it? You remember what I said? If it's consolidating, I leave it alone. If it pulls, I take. That's a take. You see the difference? Right here, Apple. Do you see how that broke through exactly what we were talking about at 247.30? Shed. Do you see it? You remember what I said? If it's consolidating, I leave it alone. If it pulls, I take. That's a take. You see the difference? Now look at Apple bleed out. Look at Apple bleeding out. That's why I said if it broke below that 247.30, I take. Do you see the difference between consolidation and a pull? Apple is now below VWAP, so you're all over that. So we're going to run it right now. Bruno, if you would post it. $5,000 one-time payment, Diamond Lifetime, unlimited, all of our member services, including the mentorship, which is $6,000 a year by itself, a year. You guys can get it right now. You'll have access to everything. The premium, VIP, VIP Gold, the futures, futures VIP, futures VIP Gold, crypto, crypto VIP Gold. You guys will get access to the breakout rooms. You guys will get access to weekend training. You get access to all the advanced training videos, all the workshop classes, all the mastermind classes. You will get all of it.
Hey, to those folks out there listening,
Yes.
that aren't sure about this, I'm telling you, I am jealous of you guys that are going to get it today. You guys don't know how awesome of an opportunity this is at $5,000. Coach ain't paying me to say this. I'm just not to where I need to be or want to be. You guys get ahead of me. Take advantage of this. Do it. It's awesome. You won't kick yourself in the butt.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, and just so you guys know, that is a $20,000 service. I'm not exaggerating. I sell that for $20,000. We had it on sale for a little bit for $10,000. That is a $20,000 service with over $50,000 worth of services. So some of you are like, oh, that's really expensive. That's obviously not for you. Some of you that have been in here for longer than 2 minutes, you know what a value that is. And you know how fast 5,000 is when we are using our trading strategies, not financial techs or investment advice. Results not guaranteed. But you guys understand the difference now being in this room and anywhere else.
Welcome to the Aftermarket. American Dream Trading. You have entered the Aftermarket. AmericanDreamTrading.com. Welcome. You are now in the Aftermarket.
Welcome, everybody, to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket Live Chat and Watch Party. I am Dawn, your host, aka J&J Video Reacts. And this is a stream that's been created for you to come hang out after the market, talk about your trades, talk about your week, talk about the strategies that you use to be successful. If you have questions about any of Coach's strategies, that's why we're here as well. Coach is Chad W. Christian, who is a 33-year stock market vet, and literally he teaches us how to get in trades, out of trades, and everything in the middle. So we can, even though we don't diddle in the middle, we don't chase call outs over here. We actually learned the right way how to trade. And you saw in the beginning of that video, or the $5,000 Diamond Lifetime, that includes all of the services that we offer. And with all of those services come all kinds of training, weekend training, daily training. Everything is recorded so that you can watch it if you're working, right? You can catch things after work. You can watch things on the weekend because recordings come with your membership as well. You can't beat that. He's the only one doing live trading where he trains and doesn't do a whole lot of trading. And if he does trade, it's specifically so that he can show you how he's utilizing the strategies, right? So make sure you guys are picking up that Diamond Lifetime membership so that you can get trained and get all of the services and make one payment, because that's going away. That's going away real soon, right? Everybody, I see you down there in the chat. Welcome. Listen, don't forget, we're trying to get Coach to 15,000 subscribers. Let's see here. Join panel here. Let's get the link down there. So that you guys can come up on the panel. All right, there we are. We're trying to get Coach to 15,000 subscribers. So make sure you guys are smashing that like button. Share it out amongst your friends and family and people you know and people who you think would be interested in trading or learning how to trade. And make sure you smash that subscribe button. Right now, we're sitting at 4,928. Less than 100 to go, only 72 to go, and we have the 15,000 subscribers. Tonight, come on up on the panel, ladies and gentlemen. What's your strategy of choice? Now, you can have your camera on if you want. Just respect your fellow panel members. If you choose to go cameraless, you can have an avatar. But come on up here and talk to us tonight about what your strategy is. What is your favorite strategy? What strategy are you trying to learn? What are you using to be successful? Or what is it that you want to learn, right? Come up here and talk to us right now. Let's see who we got. Johan. Johan, what's up, brother?
Okay. Whew. How's it going? I had to figure out the mic on this little thing, the restream that you
Yeah,
got.
down under your picture. Right?
Don, my favorite person. Don, how you doing?
Johan, what's happening, dude?
Oh, what's crack-a-lackin'?
Crack-a-lack-a-lack-a-lackin'. We got F2 coming up here with you.
Hey, listen, I got a green day.
Let's give him the bell. All right, my friend. All right. Okay, so with that being said, let's incorporate it into what tonight's theme is, right? What is your strategy of choice and how did you use it to have a green day? Gotta think about it. What Johan, you there? Did we lose Johan? What's up, F man? Did you threaten Johan?
No, I don't even know who it is, but
Johan is AKA, and I'm gonna, at the risk of pissing him off, because Ralph coined him this. I didn't. Little Richard. He's Richard's son.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. But he does not like Little Richard. Ralph wants to call him that. So I don't know. Johan, are you there? Maybe something's going on with his mic or something. I don't know. Maybe they're having thunderstorms. But F, big day today, huh? Tell us, what is your strategy of choice and how did you use it to have a green day? What'd you do today?
Well, I've been practicing on scalping. Watching the video that Ange did on the workshop, or the video on demand, I forget what category it's in. I've been doing it. I do it if I know I don't have much time. But my favorite is the 2-minute EWO. That's my jam, and of course I'm strictly doing Apple and the Apple chat with the support from the team and stuff there. So that's what the last few months have been very successful for me. So,
and you've been primarily doing the EWO strategy?
Primarily, in like the last few days, I've been scalping and stuff while I've been occupied and things. So
you've been having some big days the past couple of days. What'd you do today?
I did a grand.
See, didn't you do like 1,200 yesterday?
Yeah.
See, and that was what, scalping, right?
Yes.
Dude.
Like I may, buy 2 or 3 contracts and do it, and I may do it 5 or 6 times a day. Just doing it, $40 here, $60 there.
That's how it works. That is exactly how it works. Good for you.
Thank you.
Any tips that you have for people down there in the chat? About how you're scalping or the EWO, since that's technically your strategy of choice?
If I prefer the 2-minute EWO just because I'm more comfortable with it. It's more slower, laid back. If you are, newer to trading, it's a great indicator when to get into purchasing the stock or option or whatever. Just take your time. You're not going to hit home runs. Home runs is what destroyed my account the first time.
Right.
Trying to go for the fence, and just take $1 at a time. Go to $2, and make your go little, and after a while, 1%, will build your account up faster than you realize.
Absolutely. Good advice. Good advice. And this is a man who knows what it's like to blow up his account more than once, and he has done it. So it's not like he hasn't taken the bumps and bruises. He has, and he learned from it. He stuck to it. He stayed persistent and consistent, and now look at what he's doing. Good for you, F. I'm proud of you, brother.
And it's probably because you took the time in the aftermarket show to walk me through, and and Palm Coast and
Ange, and
just
Mark took some time with you, so
he gave up Mark gave up a Sunday afternoon about an hour or so, and
Yeah.
he was originally into one of the gold. Um, I don't know what it was, and I saw him in there, and I was like, I just texted him or chatted with him, on the Discord, and the next thing I know, we're working on, charting out the lines on the chart and everything, and that pretty amazing fellow there.
Yeah, he is. He really is. Mark is so inspiring. And he and I started within a week of each other. So to see where he's come in that same time frame, and I'm being patient with myself. I know I'm going to get there. I'm just taking base hits at a time. That's another reason I followed him over to Futures, because I love his training. And I figured if anybody could get me profitable, it would be Mark. You know what I mean? Help me be disciplined, because he don't mind sticking his foot up your ass. You know what I mean? And sometimes I need that. I do it to myself. But sometimes, even coach needs a foot up his ass sometimes. You know what I mean? So sometimes, you put yourself in a position to succeed, and put yourself in the company of people who are going to help you towards that goal. And I know Mark is that person for me, I had somebody else who was in here doing that, and that person's no longer a part of the group. So, Mark also was that person at the same time. So now Mark's still here. So I am really leaning on Mark and Ange. I look up to Ange so much, even though I was here before she was. She came in and showed us how to do it, didn't she?
Yeah.
She kicked ass, and she's very disciplined. And I admire that so much about her. So you're never too old or too late in the game to learn new tricks, is what I say. I don't believe in that. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, because you can. There's a lot of old dogs in this group that are learning a lot of stuff and doing really well at it. So hats off to them. Hats off to you. Good for you. I'm glad you're doing it. Keep it up. And you're going to, before you know it, when you have the time, you're probably going to end up being one of the mods training somebody else to do this. So
I still have that. That would be, an honor. But I have a lot to learn, and I want to make sure that I don't lead somebody the wrong way, because that would eat me alive if I know I said
man,
something.
stop it. There's no way you're gonna lead somebody the wrong way. You are so modest, and I love that about you. No, you're
Thank
not
you.
gonna lead anybody the wrong way. You're a force to be reckoned with, my friend. You are definitely, and you're becoming a leader in the group, because I hear you speaking up more and more, and you're on the aftermarket. You are coming out of your comfort zone with speaking out in public and things like that, and you do very well at it, and you get more comfortable with it. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing even bolder things from you. It's going to be awesome. And the cool thing is, there's no such thing as having to be Mark or me or anybody else. The way you are, so low key and just straight to the point, that's you, and that works for us. So just
Thank
be
you.
yourself. Yep. Just
That
continue.
means a lot. It's,
Yeah.
and as far
Be
as like
yourself.
how you do the pre-market, you're here all day. I don't see how you must have the best time management skills of how you even function. That's and have time to trade, because you're always training and teaching, and you need
I'm
to be
committed.
recognized.
I'm committed. I'm committed. You know what I mean? But yeah, I wish I had better time management, because you think I got that? When I get some time management, you'll see what happens. I'm not. Thank you for saying that, but I need to do better time management. But when I do, it'll show in my work. Um, but yeah, thank you for saying that. I appreciate the kind words, brother. But you keep doing
Uh,
what you're doing.
I appreciate it. I like I said, this is, I work so much, and, what other time I spend with my family and stuff. This is, I guess, my hobby. Like,
Hmm.
this is my release, and you all don't know how much it helps. Like, this, 35, 40 minutes we spend here, you know, it's, it just, I
Yeah.
can't, it just does it. Like,
Sweet. Johan, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Johan? Johan, are you teasing us?
His mic is acting up. He just sent us a chat in the.
Oh, I see it over there. Yep. Okay, I got you. All right. Well, while you work on that, let's get some more people up here on the panel so we can talk about this tonight. Tell us what your strategy of choice is and how it helped you in your trading journey here at American Dream Trading. Right there. Now we got Miranda's down there. What's up, honey? We've got Robin SoFlo. Rob, hey, brother. What's going on? You got a few minutes? Doug, Bucko, come on up here and tell people your strategy of choice. Go for guy. Come on up, man. Yes, it is to become in the aftermarket. Thanks. Yeah, I love you guys. We just got out of the mod meeting too, so. All right, we got X the Trader down there. We've got Jeffrey down there. Jeffrey, come on up here, dude. James L.
Eminem.
Crispy. Come on, Crispy. Tell us your trading strategy of choice tonight. Gen X, what's up? Gen X Sweet. All right, girl. I see you. Let me let you in. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
We can. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hello, everybody. It's so great to finally, talk with you after hours because we talk during
Yeah.
our training hours. Dawn, I learned scalping a lot, and since March 17, I've been doing this full time, like 100%. I know this is my
Okay.
job since March 17, and since then I've seen my trades to dramatically improve.
Nice.
And scalping in 1 minute, it's my jam. However, for future purposes, I'm working on getting better and analyzing the 2 minutes EWO. That's what I want to focus. Scalping, fine. Is I do papers thing on SPX on the side, while I'm trying to focus on the 2 minute EWO. I truly believe on that, and that's my goal.
Okay. So you've done both, right? Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the scalping?
It's very exhausting because
Okay.
I'm successful on scalping on paper, but it's very exhausting. But I prefer. I would like to do 2 minutes EWO. And for future, it looks like we have plenty of opportunities, and I think that's what I want to do until I change my mind.
I tell you what, I don't blame you because the 2 minute EWO is a lot less stressful.
Yes.
And it provides you the opportunity to make more money. All right.
Yeah.
And I do notice that a lot of times, if you don't get the proper entry, you can get caught up trying to trade or trying to scalp chop. And but when you get in the proper entry, you make sure everything lines up. You can ride that thing to the cows come home, and you're gonna make a lot of money. So that's
one thing, Dawn, that I am learning. I'm focusing to learn is break and hold, because
Yeah.
I was so focused on riding the 9 and the bars on EWO, and I mean support and resistance fine, but the break and hold was new to me. So thank you so much for all those videos yesterday, because I started watching, and that's what I'm focusing now. That's why my questions are around break and hold, just to, and it's gonna help with the 2 minutes EWO. That's what I'm thinking.
Mark and Ange do it religiously.
Yes.
Today I experimented just to kind of put out there what I was doing that helped me be a little bit more successful today. Actually, I had a green day today. I'm happy about that. And
Congratulations.
yeah. And it was scalping, but it was scalping waiting after the break and hold of the 9, and also critical levels. Because
Yes.
even if it broke and held the 9, if it was sitting there at the 200 or VWAP or any level that I had marked out, I still wasn't getting in it, even though it broke and held. So I found that waiting for more confluences, the more confluences you wait for, the better. If it's got the second EWO bar, but it's at VWAP, don't do it, or if it's at VWAP or it's over VWAP, but the 200 sitting there, wait a little bit longer, because ultimately what you're going to be left with is a trade that's going to pay you for a long time once it breaks those levels. But it doesn't hurt to practice both strategies, because if you learn how to scalp when they have choppy days, you're going to be able to eat that day too. So good for you tackling both of those and doing the one that you're not as familiar with or comfortable with on paper. That's good.
She got a call from overseas. She had to step out.
Oh, okay. I'm talking to her. She's gone. Okay, so anybody else? Let's get some more people up here on the panel. You can come in and go out if you need to. Come tell us what your strategy of choice is and how it has helped you in American Dream Trading. Who else we got down there? Thanks, Gopher. Robin SoFlo, yes, it helps to be connected to in the aftermarket. Yep, for sure. Hey, Maria. Support and resistance training, my fave. Yeah. It is very good. Vic B, what's going on? You want to come on up here and tell us your strategy of choice? Bucko, Maria, come tell us your strategy of choice, gang. Got burned not waiting for a break and hold today. Arr, arr. Remember I was doing that? Oh my God. Why did he start me back on that F? Arr. It's okay, Crispy. Vic B said, I feel like I could teach a class on how to trade now, except when it comes to actual training. It all goes out the window. Yeah, right? When you're in an actual trade and you've got skin in the game, it gets it's different, right? It gets scary. But, if you wait for everything to line up, it's not as scary, because you're gonna make money, right? So we need people on the panel, gang. Come tell us what your strategy of choice is and how it has helped you in ADT. Let me put the link down there again for you. Join panel here. All right, let's see, who is that? All right, Vic B, I see you. Welcome. Hey, what's going on?
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you.
Yeah. Oh, what a day it was. Crazy.
How long have you been with ADT?
Just a little over A little over 6 months, 7 months. I got back in like late September.
Nice. So what's your strategy of choice? Talk to us.
I'm getting a ton of feedback.
You know what? Do you have us? Yeah, I hear it too. Do you have us up on another device, computer, phone?
Yep. There we are.
Yeah. Pause it or put the volume down and you're good.
So I love scalping more than 2-minute EWO, but because I'm so new, I'm so nervous to jump in that I haven't put all my money to give myself the ability to make those big scalp moves throughout the day. So I'm like, right now, I'm in 1 or 2 contracts max. And I'm just now dipping my toes into options, but I'm pulling back and I'm going to go with the, like the AAPU, AAPD. I'm going to start with that on Thursday and Friday just to get my mechanics down because I just started trading real money, day trading. So it's super cool. I like scalping. It's a lot of fun. I think someone mentioned that it is a lot more stressful, but I think if I can pivot to the 2-minute EWO, it'll calm me down a little bit.
Okay.
I think I put in the notes, I could train people now on how to trade, except when it comes to real trading, that's when I'm like making the bad decisions. But
hey, join the club. Join the club. I can train it, but as far as me being consistently green, I am still a work in progress myself. So I understand the concepts. I see how they work. I do use them successfully, but staying consistent has been a challenge because of my my impulsiveness, I want to say, which is stemming from greed, wanting to hold on to something too long or jump in it too soon. So that is all part of knowing how to trade, when not to. So
I'm getting good at like setting my resistant levels. Today I got out of a trade exactly where I should have been. It hit the resistant level.
I did the same thing.
In my stop, I was like, that's it. I'm officially day trading.
Yep.
But the very first trade I got into this morning kind of wiped me out. I got to move my my trading back like a half hour. So it's just volatile too quickly. So like you know, everybody always says it takes time, screen time, but it'll come through. I'm excited.
For sure. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you.
I did swing trading before.
You used to do swing?
Like not like a trader, but I would trade every couple of months and just watch the market. And it was a lot of fun. So but not.
So do you do something else with this, or
I'm sorry?
Do you have a job? Do you work something else, or are you doing this full time now?
No, I have a part-time job right now.
Okay.
So I do part-time instructing at the university here.
Okay.
And I took a sabbatical for 2 years. I went and traveled around the world, and that's when I found ADT, found Coach, because I was probably sitting in some hospital somewhere in Asia watching TikTok, and he popped up, and that's kind of gave me some techniques to do some trading. And when I finally got back to the States, I decided to I'm going to try to jump into this full time in 3 months after summer break.
Nice.
Yeah, so it'll be fun.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
He's a world traveler, everybody. We got sitting here on our panel.
Yeah, it was fun. I did 35 countries in just under a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
It's highly recommended. Highly recommended. Go out and
where's some of the ones?
What's that?
Where's some of the countries you went to other than the continent of Asia? Like where within Asia?
Oh gosh, the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, Borneo, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos. I went to Taiwan, Hong Kong, Korea, Japan. Spent a month in Nepal, which was epic. Climbed up to Mount Everest base camp, which was like bucket list check. It was epic. Nepal, if you ever get a chance, that is just it's the gateway to a whole different world. It's unreal.
I heard that about Nepal.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Laos is also one of my favorites. It's like a hidden secret nobody knows about. Then I went to Dubai for a month. Egypt.
I hear Dubai's awesome.
Woo! I love Dubai.
What about Belize?
I didn't go to Belize. I haven't done South America. I'm thinking about doing that in November.
Okay.
I would like take like a 3 or 4 month trip to South America, Central America, and knock off some of those countries. Hit like Madagascar and Peru, and
right.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. But yeah, Egypt was epic. I recommend if you haven't been to Egypt, but I did it like a backpack style. So from there I hit Jordan, and Jordan was pretty amazing. Petra was awesome. And then I jumped into Kuwait, which is it's a unique country. I'll put it that way. Best part for me was leaving. So yeah, and then most of Western Europe. So it was pretty cool. And parts of the Caribbean.
Okay. Wow, you really did do a world, just around the world in 80-day type thing, right? Yeah. Well, a year, but wow.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I hope to do that one day.
Just do it. Everybody asks how much money I spent, and I go, I don't know. I don't care. It's like, I know how much I spent, but I try.
That wasn't the point, right? The point was to just go and do it.
Book a one-way trip and go. You'll never regret it. Yep. Best decision, of one of the best decisions in my life. So
that's amazing.
I'm back here now for a little while, and I love it. And so I'm trying to jump on the calls every single day to get that screen time, and it'll work out. And keep hearing Coach's voice. Just don't quit. If you quit, you'll never succeed. You know.
That's it. And listen, most people who try this do fail. So if you've been doing it for a while and you're still here, you're at least in the place where there's a support. There's not a lot of groups out there that have the support we have. Not only do you have the best mentor because he's more concerned with your trading than his, but you've got a group that also teaches and supports that. So we have each other's back. You know, we only teach what Coach teaches, and you know, we're here for you. When you have those red days, you're not sure of what you're doing, speak out, you know, because we're not gonna hurt you. We're just gonna try to help you get through it and hopefully offer some suggestions that help you get more consistent. It's worked for me for the past couple of years, and I'm getting better each and every day with it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, the support is epic. I mean, the fact that I can just raise my hand, or even half the time just open up my mic and have a conversation.
Yeah.
Talk to people like Bruno and Palm and Rich and you, and I don't want to miss anyone else. But just the moderators are unreal, especially after 11. Once everything calms down, it's literally just open platform, which is amazing. Like, hey, I got a question about this, or
right.
I think I heard a conversation yesterday with like, hey, how do we change something on Webull? And everybody spent like 15 minutes just working through the process until we got to take care of. It's unreal. The training is unreal, and the fact that everybody's just so willing to help is phenomenal. Yeah,
people helping people.
Yeah, I think somebody said you buy into. I think I've heard this a few times. You buy into ADT because of the coach. You stay for the people.
Yeah. Yep. Stay for the community. Yeah. That's the whole thing. And you know, we try to be there for everybody, and I'm so loving it because I've got not just one accountability partner now, I've got two in Angie and Maria behind the scenes. They have really been coaching me up and just kind of pumping my head up a little bit. You can do this, and also being firm when need be. Yeah, you know, you shouldn't have been trading if it was choppy today, that type of thing. So we help, all three of us help each other out, and it's good to have the whole group, but it's also good if you can have a couple of accountability partners where you guys are always communicating and kind of watching out for each other. And there's a ton of people here that you can do that with. You know what I mean? I think we got somebody else coming in. All right, is that Doug? I think that says Doug. But yeah, I'm glad to meet you, Vic.
Pleasure.
And please don't be a stranger here on the panel. Come on up as often as you like.
I appreciate it.
Open invitation. Yes, sir.
Vic,
Doug.
I just popped in to say thanks for popping into the stream. It's great to hear your story.
Did he leave?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
I must be kryptonite.
No. But yeah, it was wonderful to hear that. I mean, we've got people, man, that have been everywhere, that have done so many crazy things, right? And they end up right here in this melting pot that is ADT, you know? So Doug, talk to us.
Community.
It is. Talk to us about your strategy of choice. You are one of the training moderators here, and I'm sure people would love to hear, what is your strategy of choice?
Well, I can tell you what my strategy of choice isn't, because it's destroying me. is scalping on micros. It is extremely difficult to scalp on micros. Holy smokes! In the futures
Yeah.
market. So I honestly have had my most success with EWO.
Okay.
In the last 3 weeks. Yeah, for sure. In the last 2 weeks, actually, I ran 2 EWOs last week late, and 1 EWO, actually 2 EWOs this week already. And if I were just sticking with that, my account would have almost doubled.
Wow.
So scalping for me has cost me a tremendous amount of margin. And then I EWO my way back to it. So what I've learned and what I've experienced, not only on the platforms and with my strategies that are not strong enough in scalping, is that EWOs really are the way to go, especially with micros. You know, you hear Coach talk about it all the time. It's the best way to grow an account. Mark trains to it. Ange trains to it. You know, we train to it all the time in the futures group. It is our main strategy that we push. So yeah, I've banged my head against that scalping wall long enough. I'm just going to stick with the EWOs from now on.
I can't say I blame you. I cannot say I blame you. When you said that earlier today, I related so much because I had been going through that. And I realized it's, you know, you're not giving yourself an opportunity to wait for these proper setups, and you're not waiting for breaks and holds of things, you know.
Yeah, the hardest part with scalping with micros is you need more time in the trade, and you can't scalp like you can scalp with E-minis. E-minis, you can take 1 tick, 2 ticks and get in and out quick, you know. With micros, you have to sit in the trade a little bit longer. And when you don't have volume candles that are moving in one direction, they're just sitting there bouncing up and down, especially the last 3 weeks during the volatility that we've had. It's been a real challenge to scalp with micros.
I found today that I could not get into any 2-minute EWO. They had to be scalps, because if one confluence was there were 5 that weren't there. Like I had so many levels drawn out, and it was respecting these levels. And you know, then you would have, like I told Crispy earlier, even if it had broken a couple of levels, but it was the 2-minute bar was there, or it'd be on the 3rd bar, but it was sitting at VWAP.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
I only saw a couple. I mean, gold was one of them today. That was an EWO that was not anywhere near high on the star rating, and the reason being is that when the second candle indicator kicked off, you were sitting right on top of the 200. I mean, the candle was right in the middle of the 200, and it wasn't until you saw that second candle or that third candle move up, and it was a fairly large green candle. It was an upside or long move. Then you're technically getting in late to the EWO, but it was strong enough that VWAP sitting not too far away just blast right through it, you know. And normally you would expect VWAP to apply some pressure there.
Right.
So I didn't even consider getting into it because VWAP was right there and it was only a candle away. Well, it blasted right through that, you know. And so it all comes down to just more time in the charts, staring at it, learning it, you know, understanding the tickers that you're following, what the global impact is when somebody gets up on the TV and says something silly, you know.
Right.
You know, you can do all the technical stuff you want, but you know, we've had a lot of news events lately that are causing some unexpected volatility that make it really hard to trust what your training is trying to teach you.
Yeah.
So
and that's where you have to
with.
have the restraint. That's where the self-restraint has to come in and make up the difference for that the technical training isn't doing for you. So
I had 3 major trades last week where I was in with 2 or 3 micros, which, you know, for my account size at the time was fine, risk assessment wise and all that other kind of stuff. And the trade was moving up nicely, and I was about to move my stop to protect the trade because I was 3 candles into the EWO. And somebody got on TV and said something, and took my stop out. I mean, I was running a 50 tick stop. Well, on 3 micros, 50 tick, that's hundreds of dollars, right?
Yeah.
And the only reason that I had to stop that far away was because I didn't want to get stopped out. I didn't want it to trade. It's not there to be stopped out. It's there to protect the account. But you can't count on news events, right? You don't know when they're going to happen. You don't know when a tweet is going to send the market into a tizzy.
Right.
So I had 3 of those in 1 week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That.
So you speak a lot to mentality, right? The psychology of trading and all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That, full honesty, that shook me.
It should have.
Because I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to be doing, and then here comes this knife drop out of nowhere, and the first thing you hear on my headphones, because we're in a live Zoom or whatever, is like, what's on the news? What just happened? So everyone's scrambling to figure out what just happened. I'm looking at my trade going, oh my god.
So I'm gonna
positive trade.
I'm gonna challenge you here for a little bit, okay?
Go for it.
Okay, so indulge me. I'm going to be devil's advocate. So let's take, and I'm not comparing you to in any way, shape, or form, other than your mental state. Take Mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
And take you right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now. So when you hear Mark, do you hear Mark talk about his losing trades a lot?
Oh, no.
No, you don't hear him talk about his losing trades, but we see a lot of the winning trades, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you're in a little bit of a funk. What have you mostly been talking about? Winning or losing trades?
Me, it's mostly the losing trades. And
okay.
I think
all right, I'm gonna stop you right there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The only reason why is because what you focus on expands at the risk of sounding like a cliche and a motivational speaker and all that bullshit, right?
Well, no, 100%.
What you focus on expands. So if you keep focusing on the fact that you're struggling, you're going to continue to struggle. We know you can
is 100% of it.
Yeah, we know you can trade. You know you can trade, right?
The only reason that I bring it up in Zoom chats is to talk about the mechanics of why they're losing, and to understand from other.
Is that not still focusing on it though?
No, I'm actually seeking clarification on some things. Like I asked Mark in training today. Here's where I got in, and so on and so forth. So if you're not analyzing, then you're not growing.
True.
So there's a difference between analyzing and manifestation. You won't hear me complain about it. You'll hear me bring it up, but I'm bringing it up as a teaching or opportunity moment. It's a different perspective. I'm going to have losing trades. Mark has losing trades. Everyone has losing trades. The only reason I want to talk about some of the trades that I've had is an opportunity for conversation to analyze it.
Okay. I got you. I totally got you. Still going to stand by what I said though, because you're focusing on it.
No question.
You're still focusing on it. So, but there's nothing wrong with that. But if that's constantly what you're talking about, that's constantly what you're going to get. I just don't want to see you go down a rabbit hole and can't dig yourself out of it, because I've been there. It sucks. And it was because I was doing the same thing. I was just focusing, and that's all that came out of my mouth until I started telling myself, you know what? I got my answers. I know what I'm doing. I'm just going to do what I know I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just going to have the discipline to stop doing dumb shit and do the things that I know that I'm training on doing. You're a trainer. A lot of the stuff that you're asking and you're getting clarification on, I've heard you teach people.
Yep.
So
that's why I wanted clarification. It's like, I know this is a good spot to get in.
Clarify what? You know how to trade, Doug. Trade your ass off, man.
And then the thing goes in the other direction. It's like, what am I missing?
Trade, Doug. Let it go. You are overthinking. You really are.
That's probably more the case. Yeah.
You are. It's easier said than done. Trust and believe me, because you and I are going through that together.
Yeah, I will say that the EWO plays that I made the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Were typically early in the morning, where volume was consistent. It wasn't volatile to a point where it was bouncing up and down. You know, you'd get your retracements, you'd get your breathe backs, and so on and so forth. But they weren't during the New York session. And it wasn't in the last one that I did on oil was late in the day, New York session, you know, after lunch, everything's calming down prior to 3 o'clock power hour. And we've seen that. So I like to talk about those because it's typical to see a nice EWO develop somewhere between that 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock hour, all the way up to the 1:30 time frame, right? Where it slows down at lunchtime. You've got an opportunity for the candles to kind of settle in a little bit. And the silliness of the volatility is, you know, people are at lunch, you know, they're going to focus on their 5 martinis and then come back and hit it hard in the afternoon.
For sure. And it's, you know, I pay a lot of M2K. M2K tends to do well in the afternoons. It has a lot of afternoon trades in there.
It does. And I've been watching the group talk about it more and more, and the volatility in the candles is less. So rather than try to wrangle ES or NQ, you know, I'm actually thinking about just moving over to the 2K because it still has movement early in the morning.
Yeah, you know, it's a good
not
practice.
nearly as much, but
yeah, it's a good practice one. It doesn't pay much, but when it runs, you can make a few dollars on, especially if you have a couple of contracts. But yeah, it's a good one to practice on. And I'm not going to touch ES until I really kind of master what I'm doing with the 2K. It's
a great EWO ticker, really.
Get one
if
contract,
you look at it,
$70, you know, and just practice in, out, sit in this one. Cause you know, and that was another thing, you know, sitting in it too long, watching those longer red candles, you know what I mean? Just move your stop up. So, cause you don't want your whole stop to be, you know, you don't want to let it go all the way down. But
my entire stop position there has changed drastically since that those news events happened last week.
Yeah. So no more 50. You moved it up.
Oh yeah, I'm 25 max.
Yeah, I think Mark's 25. I think Mark said he stays at 25. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
25 max, and then you know the thing that I really need to focus on moving forward is if it's retracing on me at all, just get out. We don't have to deal with the PDT. We don't have to deal with anything else. You know, if it's 1 or 2 ticks in the wrong direction, just dump it.
Dude, let me tell you something. Today, that's what I was doing. And I ended up green. Not by a whole lot, but I was freaking green, and I haven't been green in a week. That was huge for me. I'm like, when I saw it hemming and hawing, Doug, I shit you not. I'm like, no. Get out. I literally
that's the stock trader. That's the stock trader in you.
I'm like, come on. No, what are you doing? Get out. Click the button. Click the button. Before I could think about it anymore, click the damn button and get out of it. And Mark, it didn't hurt anything. That Mark seemed to. It was like he was a fly on the wall. He's like, if it's not going with you, get out. I'm like, okay, click.
I know it's so hard to end the trade when you're like, I know it's going to go in the direction I want it to, but but it's going to happen in 40 minutes after it's retraced 100 ticks, and you got to sit through all that.
It's going to chop right now. What are you doing? Get out. Why are you going to sit and chop? Get out, let it pick a direction, then get back in.
Yep.
You know? I kept letting it drop below what. Look, when I heard you say it drop below what you could afford to get into, that's what I kept doing. Because I'm only putting bits and pieces in. I'm only giving myself enough to do a contract because I don't want to be wasting a bunch of money. So Mark, remember when Mark said put $20 in? That's kind of what I've been doing. It falls below the $71 or whatever it is. I go put enough to get one contract, and I kept falling below that. So I kept having to put it, and this is, you know, wire transfers cost $23. I'm like, okay, this is your last one. You don't make this. You're not putting anything in there tomorrow. And I don't have to put anything in there tomorrow. I'm so freaking happy.
There you go.
So yeah, one day at a time. But we got this. We got this.
Yeah, and you know, you look at the Russell, and you get 2 or 3 good EWO plays out of that ticker each day. at some point, you know, if you're paying attention, you just got to sit there all day.
They look like it, but in actuality, there's a lot of levels in there.
There
that
are, yeah.
It's like, okay, you can't get in it yet. You can't get it. Meanwhile, 10 Ewo bars have formed. If you can't get in it yet, now you can't get in it because of this. Oh, now there's a double. The Ewo's going to start trending down. You know, it's like, what
That's
the
right.
hell? So they look like they're Ewos there, but I've learned to trust the markings and the levels more so than the Ewo bars for right now, you know, because I get in that thing and you know what I mean? But then now I'm thinking, you know, if I get in at the beginning of it and it starts to retrace, what am I going to do? So it's a process, you know? If I get in at the beginning, am I just going to say the hell with it? It's going to have some pullback, especially at those levels. But if I stick true to the EWO and just let it pan out, at the end of this run, I should still be green even with the pullbacks. That's how that's supposed to work.
Yep. But each of the Ewos that I ran were $250 plus.
Nice. That's sweet.
You know, and that's the real frustrating part for me is I've been negative for so long, and here I am, I'm making these great trades, but I'm not listening to my notes, I'm not listening to my journal, and I'm not paying attention to the fact that scalping on micros is extremely difficult because it forces you to stay in a trade longer than you really want to be for a scalp. Just stick to the Ewo, dummy. You know, quit it. Or as coach would say, stop it.
That's right. Stick your foot up your own butt, right? There you go. You know, we got this. That's all we got to do is just follow the rules and just do it.
I'm not bent about it. It's a great learning experience. Is it expensive?
It is.
Yeah, but it's still cheaper than college.
Yep.
So
well, and the cool thing is it's just Tuesday. We got a lot of week left. We're gonna do well, you know. I look forward to tomorrow. You know,
we had some global conflict here this evening that has pushed the indices. I mean, MES on the first candle was almost 300 ticks.
Wow.
Yeah. The euro is taking a dump. Gold is taking a dump. Oil is up. Oil's always going to be up on a conflict.
Yes.
So, you know, these are the things that we train to. This is what we use for our confluences and in our trade decisions. Execution is just the next step.
That's it. You know. Oh man, what do we got here? All right. Doug, do you or F2 have anything else you want to say to anybody before I close us down with Coach's rules?
Yeah, just go small, aim small, miss small. You know.
That's it. Take your time. Go small. Small position sizes help. That's another reason, you know, I said I'm sticking to one contract in the micros in M2K. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like I'm doing a cash account, but with margin. You know what I mean? I'm only allowing myself a certain amount of cash. But once again, I keep moving my stop. If I keep putting $20, $50 in, am I really doing that? So today it worked. Tomorrow we'll see what I do. I'm just going to do the same thing that I did today. When I find myself in a proper position, go ahead, go for it. And then if it starts to pull against me, you know, go ahead and get out, you know?
Yep.
So
get out, even if it's, you know, $1 or even if it's minus 50 cents, who cares? Get out.
It's something, you know, Paul will say, hey, listen, get in, get green, get out.
Yeah. Yep.
So everybody have a wonderful night. Thank you guys for being here. Those of you that came up on the panel and shared your stories, shared your strategies. Thank you so much. F2, Crispy, Vic B, and Doug. Thank you guys. Johan, thanks for trying.
I saw his name pop in. Did he actually make it?
Something happened with his microphone and he couldn't stay in here. So yeah, but he tried. I think he'll be back though. But I'm going to end with Coach's rules. Everybody go ahead and get to your studying or spend time with your families. Do whatever it is you need to do. If you don't have anything else to do, just decompress. Let go. The market is a long day, especially if you were if you weren't green. Take a minute. Go take a minute, do some breath work, do some breathing exercises, get your head clear, and do some relaxing before tomorrow, and just start the day fresh. So, with that being said, I love your faces. Uh-oh. Hold on. We got somebody else. Hey, Waffle, what's up, bud?
Hey, what's going on, Dawn? I haven't seen
Not
you for a
much.
while.
Not
been a minute.
much. What's happening?
Not much. Been a minute.
Yeah. Yep. So we're getting ready to shut it down. Did you have anything else? Yeah, we're getting ready to get out of here, dude. We've been here for an hour, man.
Well, I know it, and again, it's 2 hours difference from the Canadian Air Force to your sub, below the equator.
Right? How'd you
So
do? Did you trade today?
no, I didn't. No,
Oh.
I was working. Worked at the hospital and trying to get some cash behind my name.
Gotcha. Well, that helps, right?
Yep.
Well, I want to thank you for coming and hanging out for a couple minutes. And also, I want to thank you for supporting Jen. That's really sweet. She told me you were over there on her live a couple times. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Thank
no,
you
for
for
sure.
that.
You guys, you're golden in my books, you and Jen. So yeah,
Thank you.
do what I can do. And I'm sorry I arrived it late, but yeah, you got to shut her down.
No,
Shut her down.
we were talking about today. What is your favorite trading strategy? And while I have you on the panel here, when
Yep.
you do trade, what is your strategy of choice?
I like to get in and get out as fast as I can.
So you like scalping?
I like scalping only because my scalping strategies pay $4 each for in and $4 out. So I'm already $10 to the bad. And hopefully I can get, 10 or 15 bucks on top of that. Just to gain some cash.
I kind of
Out
know.
of curiosity, what broker are you using for those kind of fees?
Well, it's Canadian, and
It's Weeble.
it's Weeble, and anything in Canada, we are taxed to fuck.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, they're eating him alive. It's been like that for a while.
Yeah, Doug, I've talked to you before, and I've been affiliated with Coach and Don for like almost 2 years now. So, the first 3 months, with Weeble, I think it was like 39 cents a trade, for the first 3 months, and then after that, they fucking soak you hardcore.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to be very careful with all of my trades.
Have you looked at international brokers at all?
And it's a percentage.
Oh man.
So yeah, so you look at the percentage. So if you invest $1,000, it's a percentage of that, and blah blah blah. And yeah, it's Canadian laws. We have a hardcore issue. I'm not impressed with it. Because I know you guys in the States, yeah, you can trade for pennies on the dollars and make money. I can't.
We have more options. Yeah.
Yeah. But I tell you what, I'm kind of feeling your pain a little bit with futures, because futures, while it's not $4, it's still more than what I was trading options for, pennies on that. But now it's like, well, the one I'm doing is only $1.50, but still. Now I feel stupid saying that because he's paying $4 in and out, right?
I was just gonna say, insert foot to mouth.
Yeah, there's no comparison there. They're screwing you, dude.
Yeah, so basically it's $10 a trade, right? I
God,
want
that's crazy.
to I want to scalp, but I need to make $20 just to pay my $10. You know,
See, that's
so
where you really need to
He
focus
needs
on
the
that EWO
EWO.
then.
He needs the
Yeah.
EWO bad.
I
But he works and doesn't have time to sit there in the damn trade. That's the problem.
So do I, but
Yeah.
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 figure it out.
If
Hey,
there was-
what about plus 500? Have you looked into them?
some of that shit is not available in Canada.
Mm.
So that's where we're being hanged up. Right?
Damn.
Yeah, you got what? Interactive brokers and like Weeble and maybe what? One other thing?
Yeah, TD. Well, TD is $10 a trade, so you're $10 in, $10 out. So fuck, you're looking at $20. Like, I mean, you can't even
Yeah,
figure that.
you're not scalping with that.
No. I mean, well, for the first 3 months with Weeble, they I think it was 45 cents a trade in and out. So yeah, a guy can make, 10, 20, $50 or whatever. And then after the 3 months, I was like, where the hell did my money go? And then all of a sudden, yeah, the money went. Yeah, $10 each trade. So
Wow.
yeah.
Crazy.
And you're doing stock options or futures?
No, I'm not doing shit. I'm just trading. I can't afford, the buy-in.
What's your preference?
Well, no, I'm scalping. I'm
but
just buying. I'm buying trades in and out.
what's your preference? Are you in the stock options market or are you doing futures?
No, because I can't afford to buy into that. You have to have a certain bank account to buy into that, and I don't have that.
So you're just doing pure stock
Correct.
trades? Okay, I got you. Okay.
Yep. And I've been with Coach for what, Don? Almost 2 years?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Yeah. So yeah, like I'm listening and I'm having the FaceTime and I'm doing all the shit, but yeah, it's not easy for us up in Canada. All the bigger guys with bigger accounts, yeah, they can handle it, but yeah, I'm just a little guy, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There's not a whole lot of options out there for you.
Yeah.
No, there isn't. Yeah, taxation in Canada sucks.
Move to Alberta. They're trying to get away.
Yeah, it don't matter. Quebec and Alberta have been trying to get away for the last 35 years, Doug. I've lived here for 57 years. It ain't gonna happen.
Wow.
No.
Well.
All right. Well,
Anyway.
Waffle, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, man.
Dog
But I'm
good,
glad
brother.
you stopped on.
Yeah,
and
no,
said,
I just
hey, it's
Dawn,
been a minute.
Dawn, I wanted to, yeah, exactly. It's been a while, and I just wanted to say hello, and hello to your wife, and hello to the ADT community, because you know how I feel about it. So
Yeah, we love your face too, man.
I love you.
All right, everybody, I love you too, man. Everybody have a great, fantastic evening. Go enjoy some time with your families, and I'll see you at 4:00 mañana. Peace and blessings.
Love you, Don Manana.
Have a good night.
Please follow the rules. Nobody go rogue. Some of the rules that we have to and live and die by in here is do not lose more than 1 to 3% of your total account value in any given day. Make sure you have stop losses on each and every trade, regardless of shares and or options. Make sure you guys are practicing small base hits. Don't go for home runs. Allow the runners to run and stop out the losers. If you're a new trader, make sure you are paper trading using a simulated trading system such as Weeble or some of the other ones that are out there. If you are an expert trader, please make sure you also are being careful the first 3 minutes and the last 8 to 9 minutes of the day. Those are the absolute most volatile times in the entire market. Also, if you're a newer trader, please don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day. Those are the most dangerous times.